Tonight's Fast, Healthy, and Ono demonstration will focus on saving money by cutting up a whole chicken. So, on behalf of our sponsors, Uala Leaf Cafe at Windward Community College, Kaunoa Senior Services on Maui, and AARP Hawaii, thank you for tuning in this evening. As you know, AARP is a membership organization for people 50 and over, but what we do, we really do for everyone. We hope this series can help you learn some techniques to build and maintain a healthy lifestyle. We'll do a quick review of the Zoom controls. I know some of you are new with us. A lot of you have been with us through the whole series, which we thank you for joining us. So we'll just do a quick overview. So first of all, everyone has been placed on mute. That way we won't interrupt the chef too much. And we will not be using the chat feature. So if you have technical concerns, okay, use it for that. But otherwise, we won't be using the chat feature. We have Alice standing by and Dave who can help you with any technical concerns you have. So that's the only way we'd use the chat. We also won't be using the raise hand feature. So we're not going to be needing that this evening either. What I will say is we'll give Chef about 15 minutes to really get into what he's doing before we start posing your questions. And if you do have a question, please use the Q&A feature. So you just hit that Q&A, type in your question, press enter, and it'll come to us. That being said, if you're on Facebook, we'd ask you to type your questions into the comment section. We will be enabling the live transcription or the closed caption. You should be seeing that on your screen when we get started. If you would like to stop the closed caption, then you just press on the live transcription button, and then I think Jackie's just turned it on now, thank you. And so you just click on live transcription and then click on hide subtitles. So live transcription, hide subtitles, and that will take away the closed caption that you see on your screen right now. We also have 3 door prizes today, so be sure to look out for Dave's chat that he'll be sending to you to let you know if you are one of our lucky winners of a door prize. I'll also mention about the side-by-side view. So when I get out of this view, you'll be able to maneuver your screen by seeing the line that kind of centers or it is somewhere on your screen. There'll be a line from top to bottom. You just hold on to that line by pointing at it with your cursor, holding down your left click if you're using a mouse, and then you can just slide it over so you have a perfect side-by-side view of what Chef's doing and also being able to see Chef at the same time. Okay, and so any questions or technical problems, once again, you can use the chat button for that. So I am pleased to welcome back guest chef Dale Thomas. He's been with us before. I'm sure you recognize him. Chef Thomas worked at the Halikoa Hotel for 30 years. He's a master butcher, and he currently provides culinary instruction at Windward Community College. So without further ado, over to you, Chef Dale.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. So glad that you're here. All right, perfect. All right, now we can see each other. How you guys doing? I'm so glad you guys are back. I hope you enjoyed the rib section that we did last show. And today we're going to be into chicken. So we have a whole chicken, and we're going to be breaking that down and doing a number of dishes. We have the recipes up too, so you can check them out. What's awesome about chicken is it's a real good protein where it's lean. You can do so many things with it. And what it is it's about using the bones. And we're going to make a stock. So we'll be talking about all of that. And then from there, we can break it down and show you guys all the components of the chicken and give you guys some ideas. All right. So like for tonight, again, you're all the chefs. You're the chefs at home. Chef is here just to give you some insight. And again, it's all about you guys doing what you guys like to do best with your flavor. You guys have taste buds like everybody else. Chefs use their taste buds all the time. And it's important to understand that what you enjoy, with your tasting is key. Because if it's, something sour or something tangy, or something that is just a little salty, or by get a lot of herbs to give it a little more earthy flavor, it's all up to you. So again, I want you guys to enjoy. We're gonna have fun. So right here, with our packaging, we have a whole chicken, and this chicken is a grade A, and that's the best ones you want to get. Also, there's no antibiotics. It's 100% natural, and no hormones. All right. When you hear that, that means there's no drugs, and we're in drug with anything, and it's all natural. And then again, this bird is a cage-free bird. Okay. All right, from Foster Farms. When it's packaged like this, again, it's like a crowdback packaging. All right. But to understand, they have the price per pound. It's $2.89. All right. Right now. And this is about a 5.5 pound bird. So it's a pretty good size. It's not a small possum. It's more of a nice big fryer bird. Okay. So again, we're going to use our knife. And again, on your knife, you have your heel, your mid, and your tip. Okay, again, the heel, the mid, and tip. We'll be using all of that tonight, and get you guys familiarized with your knives at home. You want to have a good sharp knife, okay? Because it makes it more safer and a more accurate in what you want to do. Throw that away. So again, with the bird, you see the whole bird. We have the wings, the legs, and then the breastplate, okay? So first off, let's take off the wing joint. Use the heel. As you come down, everybody hear that? Bring that down. And then let's take off the leg joint. So everybody see that? And then you can pop it. You see it pop right out from that joint. Let's go around. Take off the leg. Come back around. And again, just keep your knife on the side. Then you pop it out of its joint. Okay. Then it gets disconnected from the thigh. Okay. All right. Now we got the breastplate here. So on these, right? So let's show you real quick. We got the legs and the wings. Then we're gonna get our knife and we use our tip. Everybody say tip. So come across, go in the middle. And we open it up. Everybody see that? Use the tip end. Then we bring it down. So what we're doing is we're going to take out the breast. So from there, we open it up. Let you guys get a better look. Okay. That up. Use the mid. And then I want to keep all that in there. Okay, so we'll leave it open there so you can see. Again, going on the opposite side. We're going to open it up. Real simple. Bring it along the bone. Again, everybody can see. So using the tip end, then we open it. Everybody can see that. And what you got here is you got that wishbone there, okay? See, I already snapped that off. Bring that around. Got it connected here. Then open it up. Right there. So from there, I'm gonna disconnect it and get the whole breast. Okay. Right. That's the wishbone part there. So again, you can see the breast here. Then using the tip, running it against the, they call that the tulip bone. That's this bone right here. This little bone right here is what we call the tulip leg, okay? And then right here, you got the breast, okay? So now with this breast, just to show you the breast, we're gonna take the skin off, okay? So it'll be like this, and then to make it more healthy, when we do poach it, take off that breast skin, and then, there you go. So with that skin, you have no meat on that skin, all your meat's here. So again, you want to be important that you keep all your meat on your parts of your sections, okay? So on the breast, to give you an idea, with the breast, you have this, but you also have what we call the tenderloin of the breast. And that's this right here. This tender part right here is super tasty. And that is your tenderloin of the breast, okay? So we're gonna take off the skin off this breast. So put that breast there. So we got an idea. Then peeling off the skin again. Okay. Again, the skin we don't need to save. Just throw it away. You don't want that in your stock, or what it's going to do is it's going to make your stock cloudy, and you're going to have to constantly skim it to get all that fat out. And you don't want that. You're going to get enough flavor from all the bones. Okay. So we're going to take that off. And again, this is our, that to our stock there. And again, this is our breast. And again, we have our tenderloin, okay, of the breast. Okay, so just to show you that piece, I'll leave it open like that so you can kind of take a look. All right, so now we have the whole breastplate. Okay, then we have the thighs here. So what we'll do first is we'll bring it around and let's come across, and then we'll open this up. Okay, so everybody see that? Again, using the heel. So we got this section right here. Open that up, and then just come down. Come down, and this is the backbone. Okay, so we have the backbone here, then part of the breast plate. Again, from all these bones, we're going to get all our flavor. Okay. For the liver, that's fine. Okay. But using the heel. Again, always use the heel when you're coming down. And you remember I taught you that rocker arm motion. Okay, same method. Bring your force down. Keep it in the right in the middle and towards the back, and get a good little force there. And then you'll be fine. Okay, so now with our thigh, same thing. Just pop out the joint. And we'll pop out the joint here. Okay. And then we can see the thigh. All right. So from that end, so you guys can see, all right, from here. Bring it from the top. We're going to bring it right down. So we'll open up that joint. So everybody see that joint there? So I'm going slow because we have time. I want to make sure you see, and then you can get the full effect of there. There's your thigh. Okay. And we're going to keep the skin on because we're going to render it and get it all crispy. Okay. So again, that's the thigh right there. Right there. Okay. And then the other thigh is right here. We got the bone sticking out. And again, let's just open it up again against the breast, the back plate. There you go. So you see again where the joint is, it's popped out. Use the tip. And again, it's all coming down. See how I come down like this? So you can be grabbing all the meat you can and peel off this skin. And again, we have this part of the back end of the backbone. Okay. So again, use the heel, come down, and then just it comes right there. Okay. So right here we have the thigh, the two thighs. So real quick, on the legs, you can leave them whole like this. It's easier to clean off the bones. Or what like me like to do is I want to get that marrow flavor. So again, slice it down, open it up, use the heel, and then see that? You got that bone marrow. So we want that to be coming out from the flavors. And all you're doing is cutting it in half. Again, use the heel in, then come down. And then right there. So, right, and then you got the wing tips and you already got the marrow coming out. So with this now, we have our pot, all right, and then we have our water. Just add another gallon. And then, so you see, you have the water. Then we're gonna add our bones and all that marrow and all that flavors. Okay, so we got it all in there. Put the thighs here so you can see them. All right, we'll move this away. Wash my knife. Got a clean board here. So now with our stock, okay, on your recipe, you have all your vegetables. You got onions, celery, carrots. Okay, we have our slurry, and everybody forgot about slurry. That's later on when we thicken it up. That is just our cornstarch with water, and then we'll thicken up later. Okay. Then we have all the herbs. And again, you can use a cheesecloth, or what we have here is a coffee filter, which works out great for a nice sachet. The sachet is to hold all your herbs, garlic, your seasoning, and it'll be coming out while you're boiling. Okay. So again, we'll add our carrots, our onions, that's just chopped up. This is like our mise en place, our mirepoix, that you would say in culinary terms. And then right here, we'll get our sachet. And we'll just use a little twine. And all we want to do is to make a quick knot. We're just going to capture all those flavors that's going to come out right here. And we'll just put it and soak it in there, get it in there. And then when it boils, all those flavors will be coming out. Okay. So put this right on. We got that on. While that's going, we can go over the other components to give you guys an idea what's really going on with the other recipes. So let's try to get this in the oven. So again, our chicken thighs, right? So with our chicken thighs.
Chef, can I interrupt before you move on to your chicken thighs? We have a couple of questions for you.
Oh, yes, yes, sorry.
No worries. I'm here. First one, Irene is wondering, what are the herbs in the sachet?
The sachet is holding herbs, bay leaf, parsley, you got peppercorns and garlic. But again, when you do your sachet, like I was telling all of you, you all have your own taste buds. You probably want to add, chili pepper, give a little more spice, a little bit more flavors. So it's all up to you what you want to do, yeah? So you can always change up these recipes, so, yeah.
Right. And how many inches is your knife? Linda's wondering.
This right here, this knife is only like a 7-inch. It's shorter than an 8-inch. The ones you saw me working with before, those butchery ones, those were 12-inch knives. The ones that I work with 16-inch knives, but you gotta be really, been doing this for years to really handle a large knife. So again, that's what you just gotta understand. Work with your knife. As long as you have it nice and sharp, you're fine.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, okay, so let's go into the breast, okay? So we wanna poach it, get it going. So we have our water here, and Get it going. And then get that heated up. We got our lemon, our citrus wheels, and we're gonna spread that around. We got our garlic, that's the slivers, okay, our bay leaf, fresh herbs. You can pluck them or just put them right inside, and that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let them sit inside and let all the flavors just come right out. Peppercorns and some seasoning. And we're gonna add some to the stock, but we're also gonna use a little just on top of the flesh itself. So it's important to understand, you also wanna season lightly your protein, okay? So, yeah, okay, so I can add a little bit more water to this.
No, the stock,
Oh, the stock, oh,
the strainer
Okay.
right there, like, you've got a pot of stock down there.
yeah,
Use that to
I
poach.
can use that, right? So, okay, so I have a pot right here, and then I'm gonna add some stock. Just do. There we go. So that's getting hot. And then again with our breast, right? It says to go bias. Okay, so bias means it's an angle. So you want to get 4 sections. So right here, that's 1, 2, and then 3. So they're perfectly symmetrical. All right. Right there. I'm gonna lay on the side. And then we'll do the other one. And you can see this one is they're both nice and plump. All right. And that's what you want to see from your bird. By a bigger bird, you're going to have a bigger size sections. All right. Thank you. So again, angle, and this will be real fast. All right. Now on the final, we have the chicken thighs. Now with the chicken thighs, okay, you can see how beautiful they are. We have a bowl here, and again, I like to use citrus. So I have little oranges here. You could use whatever you want, lemons, whatever you want. Add your water because we want to give that flavor. We got green onions from the garden. We have peppers, also from the garden. Okay, sweet peppers, and they're just cut in half. Those are baby sweet peppers. Okay, and again, we got ginger already minced. Get all of that in there, and then we'll add some seasoning. This is a walla leaf mixed seasoning, but again, you can use whatever you want. All right, so we'll add the seasoning in there, toss it around. Okay, we'll bring our pan, and then from our pan, we want to, and use your hands, get it mixed up really well. And again, the water is to help it, when it cooks, it'll give off that steam effect. It'll help it cook, but the top will get all dry and rendered, okay? So now with the thighs, just turn them over, and then we add the seasoning, okay? So we have seasoning on the bottom, and then put them right on top. And then that's when add the seasoning back in your hand. And again, you can use whatever seasoning you want, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, chef, can you put this in the oven? So again, let's take a look right there. Can you see that? So all that seasoning is nicely coated, and we're gonna render off that chicken. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we have a clean board. Now we can go straight to plating. So we had to go set up and cook a lot of these products ahead because you see the time wise, it's like 2 to 4 hours for the poaching of the soup, and then 20 to 25 minutes for the thighs to roast. So I only have a short time. So while this is going on, let me push this down. We got our breast poaching. They're getting close to there, but we're gonna go with the plating. So with the plating of the soup, we Got a nice bowl here. And right there. Okay. All right. Got our ladle. And again, we're gonna portion our soup. So again, you could peel off, like it says on the recipe, peel off the meat, shred it up, but chef likes it hands-on. You want to see the meat. I want to enjoy it. I want to grab that joint. I love tasting the cartilage and the flavors. So let's get some out. Let's get some. There we go. We got some meat right there. There we go. So we got our. So right there is our soup. That looks lovely. That came out excellent. The poaching is going. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my breast. So we're flipping the breast and they're simmering.
Oh, chef, that soup looks so good.
Yeah, I wish you could smell this. Right now, it smells wonderful.
Oh, I
Again,
can only
it smells
imagine.
like a garden in here because of all the fresh herbs.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Oh.
I just have a question here. Stephanie was wondering, at what temperature are you baking or roasting those thighs?
Those thighs are roasted at 385 because our ovens are really strong and they really project a lot of air. So it's a convection oven. But if your oven's a regular oven, you can go 400 degrees. If you like it more crispy, I'd say go like 420. 420, just check the temp. Again, the temperature is 160 degrees. All right, when you finish it off. All right, so our thing is poaching. And then real quick, we got our veggies. And we're gonna get our plating going. Oh, okay, so chef, we'll take out that breast. Excellent, thank you. That's beautiful, look at that. Okay, so we got our thighs here. Real quick. So I roasted up some veggies, the same veggies here. Right there. And then I use this red meal, which is real tasty, real simple. It's like a soup mix. It's a bean mix. And this is what I came up with. So we're gonna go side by side. And if everybody can see that, beans with corn and everything, it's real healthy. And all you gotta do is add a little spice, real simple. So get our thigh, put it right in there. And let's, a little orange on the edges. Okay. Everybody can see that? All right, that looks lovely.
Absolutely beautiful. Chef, if I can bring you back to the soup again for a second. Lori's asking that she heard that adding corn cobs in thin rounds will help sweeten the soup. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yes, that's an excellent idea. Where people will like peel off the corn, and then what are you gonna do with the corn cobs? Again, you could add them to your stalks. You could save them. I've even know chefs that barbecue and use those husks and the cores of the corn, and they put it with their kiabi or whatever their special wood when they do their briskets or pork ribs or gives up that lovely sweet flavor.
I bet.
So,
and Lori was also asking, what is the red meal? Is it bean or rice mix? What is the red meal?
Oh yeah, the red meal is the name brand of this bean mix that I made. That's real safe. It's tasty, and you can get it at any store really, mostly at Whole Foods. But it is simple, and you just add some seasoning. So now we got our poaching going. Okay, so let's move this to the side. You can see that. Now we're gonna plate. So got a nice plate here. Again, Let's add vegetable. Real simple. Okay, and then we're gonna get our breast up. So again, it's all about what you want. You can add you can make a sauce if you want it. So, oh, that looks nice. You can smell it. It's real tasty. Okay, so got one of the breasts there, another fillets. And you can smell the lemon. The lemon is just incredible. What's the third piece? And then there was a fourth, yeah. So the fourth piece right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna thicken up and give it a nice sauce. If you was to add to our stock a little cream, all right, then you got a supreme sauce, okay? And that's what chefs call that, your white sauce, or if you'd add wine, then it's a white wine sauce, or a supreme sauce, where it's just simple, but yet flavorful. Okay, so we have, again, our slurry, all right? So we're gonna just take it out with our fingers. Okay, so while that's thickening up, and again, we're just creating a sauce. Everybody say sauce, because you can all make gravies, right? But we're here to make sauces, yeah? And this sauce, there we go. So coat it. There we go. Okay. Real simple. We'll turn it off. And again, just a little quick garnish there. And then again, we used a lot of good. There we go. A lot of good thyme. And let's get that in there. Okay, put that up. Okay, so let's turn that around. So everybody can see the sauce. Okay. So again, with the three dishes, it's fun, it's simple, and again, have fun in the kitchen. We're so glad that you guys can join us tonight. If you have any questions, I can answer right now.
Great, thank you. And oh, chef, I wouldn't know which to choose. If I had to choose one, I think I'd have to pick all three. Fantastic, and thank you for showing us these. We did have one question. If you could remind us what a slurry is.
Slurry, again, is your cornstarch with a little water, and then you just stir it up and then thin it out.
Stir it up.
And then you add it to your stalks. But you got to add it while it's hot. So while it's rolling, boiling, simmering, that's when you add it. And then that agent will help thicken it up.
Okay.
So real
And
quick.
just to remind everybody, if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A. And sorry, chef, you were saying?
Oh, no, so I want to show you guys. So again, right there, everybody can see that breast. Again, let's have a taste and try it out.
Oh,
So tender, just melts in your mouth. Really, I'm just tasting the chicken with a hint of the citrus and all the herbs. It's just incredible. And again, you can do this at home. You're all the chefs at home. And I'm so glad you guys could be here tonight. Thank you so much.
oh, thank you. Don has a question for you. What is the temperature for poaching the chicken?
Well, again, like I said, you're gonna bring it to a boil and then you're gonna slow simmer it. About 165 is where you wanna be.
I see.
Okay, if you were to check your temperature of your stock. Okay.
Okay, great.
And then
And
you
about
let it simmer.
how long does that take, would you say? Once you get
As
it
you
boiling?
can see, it didn't take long. It really, and these are fat pieces. It took me only about maybe what, 7 to 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That's about it.
very, very quick.
No,
And
real
and
quick.
what if you wanted to remove the skin from the thighs before
Yeah,
cooking? Would it
that's
dry it
fine
out,
too.
Bill?
It would, and that's one of the reasons why we showed you. So here, let me show you guys to answer that question completely. So we'll move these special dishes on the side. And we got another thigh right here. So we'll bring on a plate. So we'll bring on another fork that wasn't touched. Okay, so again, you see the thigh, right? So the thigh has the skin on. With the skin on cooking, it kept inside real moist. So let's peel it. Okay, everybody can see this? Let's peel it right up. Wow, look at that. Okay, so look at that. Now, this flesh doesn't look like this outer part. You see that? This flesh looks nice and beautiful and super tender compared to this outside that got singed without any skin on it. So the skin actually helps protect it and gives it flavor. So while the heat is rendering the fats off of it, it's actually keeping it more juicy. So what happens is when you bake, all right, you're sealing in the juices. Everybody say that with me. You're sealing in the juices. And that's what's incredible. So that's what we have here. And it'll be a more flavorful, more tasty chicken for you. So again, you can peel it right off and discard it and then just serve it skinless. So by doing that technique, you have a more tender, look at that, it just breaks off by using a fork. Super tender.
You're killing me, I got to tell you, because I just know how good that is. And
I wish you
also,
were here.
yeah, I
Next
wish
time
I
you-
was there too. I'm sure all of us wish we were there. I can only imagine what
That's
that
the
could
key.
do.
That's to understand that. That's why if you cook it with the skin by
Right.
baking, it seals in the juices and you just peel off the skin. You don't have to eat it. And you keep your chicken a lot more tender and juicy and more
Right.
flavorful.
Okay. Okay, so we have a few questions now. First of all, Janice was wondering if you could recommend a good meat thermometer.
Pretty much every store. I even believe I've gone to Ross's. For all you women that love Ross's, I've gone Ross's with my wife, and they sell thermometers in the kitchen area. TJ Maxx, Whole Foods, a lot of these stores, Safeway, Times, Foodland. If you ask them where they have it, they'll tell you in the kitchen or utensil side. They probably have them for sale. And they all pretty much, every brand is pretty good. So what you want to do is get the meat thermometer, all right? Not the deep fryer thermometer where it just shows higher temperatures. You're not using that for that. You want the one with the pinpoint one where you poke right into the meat, yeah. And it has a cover.
Okay,
Usually
very
they're
good.
blue or black and red, and the covers, and they're really cheap.
Good to
So
hear.
you always want to keep one of those handy in your kitchen. And again, you're the chef at home.
That's true.
So, have fun. Have fun. Look at this.
Oh,
Just having fun.
right.
And,
Oh, good fun. Larry wants to know, is it preferable to use a whole bird versus purchasing the thigh, the breast, the chicken, the drumsticks separately? You better to buy the whole bird.
Well, if you buy trays of the other chicken parts, that's fine if you're gonna do, certain dishes, of that point, or like you have guests. But today I wanted to show you the whole bird and what you could do with the whole bird. And again, eating healthy and nutritious. And again, with the soup, you got all the flavors. I mean, look at this broth. It just really comes out because of the bones. So it's all up to you. if you feel you want to get this tray of thighs and do a number of these recipes with that, that's fine too. That's all up to you.
Great. And
Again,
another
you're the
attendee,
chef.
you're the chef. We're the chefs. Another
You're the chef.
attendee was wondering if you could do the same thing with turkey.
Turkey, you can do the same thing too. It's a bigger component. You gotta be really careful. Again, when you're breaking down that turkey, make sure it's thawed, fully thawed. If it's partially frozen, you could have some problems. Sometimes that knife would just boom, and we don't want you to get hurt. So again, this bird was fully thawed. It was fresh. It was kept cold, and real simple. Again, using the tips that I taught you, using the tip, the mid, and the heel, and understanding how to use it, and which is great. And again, you're gonna be doing it to a bigger bird, so that's fine. You know, it's
Okay,
just a
very
different protein, but you can do the same recipe with that protein. But again, it's a bigger product, so you're probably gonna be cooking it longer.
Right.
Get those flavors out. Turkey is a lot bigger bird, so you need a bigger pot, a little bit more water, but you can stay with the same seasoning, same mirepoix of vegetables, and you'll be fine.
Great. And then Lana would like to know what it was you used the red mill vegetable mix for.
Oh, that was just for plating, just to show you the plating that we did. So we had the roasted vegetables, and then we just added that in, just so that you can get an idea if you need a quick and easy idea for a nice vegetable starch on the side.
Okay. And then a couple of people are wanting to know the
Healthy.
ratio and healthy. We're wanting to know the ratio between cornstarch to water for the flurry. Slurry.
Oh,
What the
okay.
ratio is.
The water would be like more 3 parts to 1 part. So if it's like 3 tablespoons of water to 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Yeah, the cornstarch you need less. The water you need more, and you're gonna thin it out, and then that's when you add it to your stock to create your sauce or gravy. But you have to have it in like a rolling simmer, and then just whip it up and get it nice and tight. That's what you want to do. That's what chefs say. You want to make it tight. So, and that's what we did, and it looks really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly does. And another attendee was wondering, how did you prepare the vegetables that you used as the base for your dishes? So how did you prepare your
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same for the base, and if, like I said, if you see my holiday one, but we can go over it too. Vegetables that you have at home, if it's broccoli, cauliflower, summer squash, bitter melon, zucchini, all these types of, or corn, you can add them all together, add the seasoning, add a little water, like you saw me add, a little water, and then mix it up with some seasoning, and then just high heat, 425 degrees, put them in a pan, and you get it all charred. All the top of the vegetables will get cooked, and it'll cook through because of a little bit of water, and it'll evaporate, and then it'll get charred and nice and crisp. And that's what gives it a nice look, yeah? So like you see with this base, that flavors went into the chicken too. So when you eat into that chicken, you'll taste these flavors. And then these vegetables you can use for your side dish. Use it all up, eat it all up. Yeah.
Very good. And Lori was wondering how, if you cook the bones longer, and will it deepen the taste of the soup? You have a
In
more
the
flavorful
soup?
soup. And how long do you recommend the soup?
Like I said, the bones is what gives it the flavor and brings out the stock flavor.
Mhm.
And that's what you want. You saw me showing the marrow, like me cutting them in half. And that's what you want. You want to get that marrow flavor. You want to get that chicken flavor to come out. And by bringing it to a rolling boil, simmering, and then bring it down a little bit, simmering it, and for about what it says, like 2 to 4 hours. Then you can create your sauce. If you go longer, you'll be reducing it down, and then it'll be more of a thicker soup. And then now we're looking like this is like a European type of soup. European cooking, they like it real tight.
Mhm.
They'll even add some wine to finish it off, red wine. But with these recipes and flavors, you don't have to do that. It's real simple, real flavorful. And again, it's about eating healthy, making it simple, fast, Hawaiian Ono cooking. And please keep watching Chef Dan's episodes, because he's just doing an excellent job.
It certainly is.
He's having fun. I know all of you are having fun.
We're having fun watching both of you.
Well,
Jean was wondering, how do you get all the bones out of your soup when you have vegetables in it already?
oh, like I said, you can be sucking on the bones, the backbones, and you can bring in all that flavor out. You just gotta be careful. You don't really want to serve it to your kids. You probably want to strain it out, and then, like we said in the recipe, you can pluck out the meat, and then you can serve that soup with the vegetables to your kids after you strain it, by plucking out all the bones and, keep all the meat. But if you wanted a hearty soup, then that's what I wanted to show you too. So you can change it up, the recipe. We made this a hearty chicken soup. So for me, I love to grab the bone and suck on it and bring out all the flavors, because you're going to taste everything in there. And who doesn't like to, do that?
Yeah.
I bet you guys are like, yeah, right on, chef.
So just a couple more questions, Chef, because I know our time is up. So we're just going a little bit long. Thank you so much for staying
thank you.
longer. So Danny wants to know, could you do stock in an Instant Pot? And if so, how long would you do it for and what setting?
Yeah, you can do it in an Instant Pot too, but you probably got to do it about 2 hours and then check it. But you got to add a little bit more liquid, because those Instant Pots, they really project that steam and evaporate it quick. So I would add like another 2 cups or so to the recipe to be safe.
Okay, and JR was wondering, if you use an Instant Pot for the broth, could you use an air fryer for the tenders?
Yes, you could. You could use an air fryer for the tenders or even the thigh. That'll be fine.
Okay, great. And Cindy was saying that she had heard at some point in time that if you put a little bit of vinegar in when you're boiling the bones for stock, that it brings out more of the flavor. Is that a good idea?
Again, that is up to you. That's your taste buds. So if you like a little vinegary flavor, you like a little bit of that, oomph. I call it oomph, which is great. That's fine too. But again, we have the citrus. You can add, give a little flavor there. But if you like to add some vinegar, that's fine too. Again, at home, you can use these recipes, add to the recipes, change it up. But you want to stay with the same concept, the same flow. But for different cooking styles, like the pressure cooker, you got to add a little bit more liquid.
Right. And we have one last question.
Yeah.
One last question for you.
Sure.
Could the excess soup stock be frozen for extended storage and still maintain the flavors?
Yes, you can. That'll be fine.
Okay, very good.
Again, these flavors will come out. It'll like boom, it just bursts right out. So like when I tasted, these dishes, the flavors are just incredible. And again, it's healthy, it's simple, and it's flavorful.
Looks delicious. They're
just bursting with flavor. Again, the ginger is just coming right out. Oh, I mean, you can smell it, And in here, it smells like a garden.
I bet.
Because of all these flavors and the vegetables. And then with the roasting of the roast vegetables and from the pan of vegetables, that was our base for the chicken thigh. Those flavors went into the chicken thighs. And that's what you want. That's what came out. And again, you can use all of that for your plate.
Well, thank you, Chef Dale, and another absolutely fantastic class. And we'd also like to thank, in the background, helping out, of course, was Chef Dan and Alice
Yes.
and Dave, and of course, Jackie. So thanks to everybody, to the team. Great working with everybody as always.
Thank you,
And
everybody. It's just been
thank
wonderful.
you.
Thank you.
And we would like to remind everybody that next week, I can hardly wait for this one also, is classic crab cakes with a healthy twist. So we sure hope you can make it to that one as well. You would go to aarp.org/Hawaii to register for that and for any of the other upcoming fast, healthy, and no sessions that we have. So want to say thank you very much again to everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we hope you are good and hungry now because I certainly am. So thank you, everybody. Good night.